He's got a big brain, Eric, that's his name. A Fortnite quest, he's seeking fame in the state tournament. He aims to win, representing New You. He'll defeat the sin with his skills and strategy.
If Eric's not like my real awareness name, can I pick an awareness name?
Well,
Like a
it's
name
not
from my
about
awareness.
it's not about names. It's like the air that we breathe. We call it air. Okay, call it whatever you want. There's an old saying, but I'm guessing you don't know it. A rose is a rose, and by any other name, it's still a rose. The idea is that sure, you can pick any name you want, but you see, lots of times these ideas confuse you. And so the idea of awareness as opposed to a name, see, you've got your name Eric. That's you. That's the body. Okay. That's Eric. All right. And Eric is aware in the physical sense here. Okay. But that's not Eric's real awareness. Okay. So the idea of awareness, or we're talking about referring to that, implies the reality of yourself and not just a label. You see, so if you want just a label, that's fine. Then your attention's on the label and not on the reality that really has the significance. So this is what people do. They go to the labels. It's like, oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, I'm spiritual. Oh, I'm a Democrat. See, they go to the labels. But they don't go to each other and say, wow, you're aware like I am. We're all aware. And we're in creation, and we're here to create, and we're here to become more aware. See, people don't talk like that because they're not aware that they are awareness. They think they're a body. So they call each other by their label names. And you can do whatever you want. See, you can keep on making things up and keep confusing yourself like everybody else. You know, everything's labeled. And so when people say, well, I'm spiritual, I'm a Christian, is that supposed to mean something? What does that mean? See, it's just an idea, but it's not the real awareness. There's a difference. The real awareness has its own language, and it's invisible to the senses, and it's real, and it's perfect. No flaws, no agitation, no karma, no nothing. But you have to learn to recognize that. So again,
Are you perfect?
Am
You have
I
a lot
what?
of awareness. Are you perfect?
Here's the idea. And this is the toughie to get across to a world that's been literalized purposely to only see a one-dimensional arena. And that is that life is an isness. In other words, like the air you breathe, it already is. It doesn't come and go. It's like the sun shining. That's why I use the sun as an example. It's one of the best examples. It shows you how life is. It is already complete. So each one of us is awareness already, and we're simply going through the process to recognize that awareness, and then we have the possibility to surpass all the restrictions that we've created while thinking that we are a personal self with a label. See, now you know that you have a choice. So you can stick with the label and the personal self and just keep growing old, because that's what you will. You can't stop time. And the body will eventually give out. And the real you, well, it won't know where to go, so it'll go into the next dimension for a while, and then it'll pick another body because it'll get lonely and it doesn't know where to go because it doesn't recognize itself. So it will keep going through embodiments, just like this lifetime. See, again, look at your life. You have no idea where you really came from. Your parents told you that, oh, I'm the mother, you came from me. In a way, that's true. That's the body. But the awareness, it already is. Where did it come from? It didn't come from anywhere. It already is. See, it's about recognition now. It's not about labels. So again, your experience is very subtle. And if somebody doesn't have the awareness to recognize what's going on, well, then they're going to give you some kind of funny answer. And you're going to go with that, just like all the funny stories you've heard since you were young, you know, about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and baby Jesus Christ as the Savior and all these things, all these stories you've heard. And that's fine. You can accept whatever you want, but keep in mind this creation, all that stuff's made up. Has nothing to do with the air you breathe, does it? Or the sun shining? No. Those are examples of something else that's invisible and you can't see, because your focus is only on things you can see, touch, and feel. You see, that's your experience, and you're thinking, well, this is life. But it's not. When you look at it, it's just creation. It's something created. Like the computer or the chair you're sitting on or the walls that you live in, etc., the car you drive. These are created things. How can that be life? But people think it is, don't they? That's all they know. It's like, well, this is how life is. No, it's not. This is how you think it is. So your little experience there is very, very good. It's huge. And so again, how do you see? How can you learn to see what that really means? So it doesn't mean something about the personal self, because it doesn't make sense with, you know, your personal self, because it's not there. But it does make sense to the real you. It's to help you wake up if you pay attention. A lot has to be said from a little experience, doesn't it? And even then, there's a lot. There's a lot more. See, Eric. See, life is bigger, and it's endless. More so than you can even consider. It's awesome. And what we experience here, this is a play yard. This is, you know, like kids, like babies playing with blocks. That's all it is. But we've created the world in a way that we think that, oh, okay, this is how
we created the world.
Yeah, well, we
created the world.
We helped create it. And see, again, you've been told stories. You haven't been told the whole story. Does it make sense? You just came here and everything is done, and what's your role? I mean, and every person comes along that way, and what's their role? Until they've been told, then they convince themselves, oh, well, you know, I went to school a lot, now I'm a doctor. So, you know, I'm really smart, and I'm a doctor, and I can do things. Well, again, everybody came from where? Nowhere. And now they're here, so each person has contributed in some way to the world as it is now. Yeah.
He's got a big brain, Eric, that's his name. A fortnight quest, he's seeking fame in the state tournament. He aims to win, representing New You. He'll defeat the sin with his skills and strategy. He's got it all.